I know this is not the average that I react to, but before I get into what I'm about to say, welcome back to another video. It's your boy Prince Dio Jr. and I'm here, Mr. Intuitive, where you get my point of view from my third eye view. But just know, whenever I bring the peace, the love comes with it too. Best intro in the game. Already know. Bars. Please listen. I was water whipping in the kitchen to equal out this addition to this division. Did I mention at me? Some of these videos I might react to might get a little tacky. Just enjoy this with the smoke from the backy. Or when I pull out the long clip, it's gonna be Laffy Taffy. Stop playing with him. I'm always here bringing bars. Now, alright, now as I was saying before I even did my intro, listen, to the LGBT community, I know when a few of y'all see this, please don't get offended. It's just my personal opinions. I don't have anything against the gay community, the trans community, lesbian community. No, none of that. It's just certain stuff when it goes into a Hollywood favor, it irks my nerves. At the end of the day, I don't have any issue with it. Live your life. You love who you want to love. Peace to everybody. But just do not get mad at how I feel about this situation right here. And another thing, I might be reacting to a whole lot more controversial stuff because I am a very controversial person. I love all this type of stuff. I love to dig deep, and when it comes to the media and stuff like that. So once again, please do not take offense to any of this whatsoever. This is just my personal opinions, how I feel about this situation right here. That's all I just want to let y'all know. But we have Dr. Umar Johnson. How does 12-year-old Dwayne Wade's son knows he's LGBTQ? So, one thing about Dr. Umar Johnson, well, there's a lot of stuff about Dr. Umar Johnson that I love about him, but the main thing is he's all about black empowerment. He's all about helping our community. He's all about helping us get better to be in the better situations of upcoming. You also know that he's built this school pretty much, the Dr. Marcus Harvey black charter school, or I got to look in more into it a little bit. I'm messing up right now, but someone in that lines. But he's trying to make an empire for us. He's trying to be that startup kick up that we need to build foundations of schools, hospitals, banks, all that stuff. So I fuck with Dr. Umar. I'm not even gonna hold you. This is my dude. I watch him all the time. I just love the way he talks, how he empowers us. Like, it's just me. If you think differently about it, it's cool. I'm not gonna be mad. But if you feel some type of way about me talking about whatever I'm talking about in this video, just come and talk to me about it. At the end of the day, everybody got their personal opinions and views on everything. But you came here from my point of view, from my third eye view. But let's get into this video.
Masculine men, such as yourself, such as myself, masculine black men in particular, seem to be excluded access to mainstream platforms. I could turn on the television and not to harp on Don Lemon or Lee Daniels. I see Dwayne Wade with his son at a pride parade. His son is, I believe, like 12 years old or something like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah, another thing too, I don't have on my glasses, so if I'm looking like I'm looking a little too hard, it's just me trying to squint to see a little bit. I just don't like to wear my glasses straight off in the morning. It's too much. That prescription is heavy. But the one thing it just caught me, he just said he seen this Dwayne Wade and his son at a Pride Fest, but it's showing pictures of Gabrielle and nothing. Go ahead.
I mean, what are we doing here? What message are these celebrity tools I call them bootlickers because they just gotta know that what they're doing is wrong and causing more damage. Why? If you gotta
I've always been a fan of Dwayne Wade, but when that happened, coming from I'm a certified school psychologist. My doctorate is clinical psychology. His son is 12. That is pre-puberty, puberty. That is the age when you start finding yourself attracted to girls. But for the life of me, I'm trying to understand how an 11, 12-year-old black boy is already certain that he's gay. That is not a natural human phenomenon. Not how can your son be certain at 12 that he's gay? You know, that's a conversation I would love to have with Dwayne Wade. The age confuses me. Now, if he was 17,
that's
16,
different.
that's different. 11 and 12, he don't even have a fixed identity yet. Your personality isn't even fixed at 12. How can you be certain you're gay? What in the hell is going on here?
You see what I...
And okay, for what he just said, pretty much, I agree 100%. So me personally, I don't like Hollywood whatsoever. Like the people that's a part of the Hollywood scam, like, you know, we got all the cults that's going around, like the Illuminati, the Zionists, the Jesuits, the cabal. Like it's a lot goes on into Hollywood, and I feel like with this situation right here, I feel like it's once again, don't take no offense to this, I feel like what they're doing with Dwayne Wade's son is that they're using it as a propaganda to increase more rights for the LGBTQ community over the black community. Like, I've been telling a lot of people before this even came into existence, I always said that Dwayne Wade is a little different. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's the fact of just like, now you got your son, like you saying, that this little child knows that he's for certain a woman, girl, already before he even turned 11, 12. How is that possible? Like, you telling me, I don't know. I just don't get it. I feel like they're we're gonna get into it.
What I see in this is an attempt to take personal, private matters and use it to promote something else. And that's where I hold Dwayne and Gabrielle Union and any other adult involved in this, because if you have a son or daughter who's struggling with their sexuality, that is a personal family matter, and y'all deal with it privately.
The reason
but
it's being
you turn it
dealt
to a
with.
marketing strategy. Now
And
I'm
why,
looking at you
though?
differently.
The question is why. Okay, we had dinner last night at U Street. I teach a class on Pan-Africanism. Last class was Garvey's birthday yesterday. We chose D.C. so we could visit Frederick Douglass House, Carter G. Wilson House, Benjamin Banneker House, African American Civil War Museum. As we walking down the street, one of the brothers was telling me that, Doc, these stores were forced to hang up the LBGT flag because if they did not hang it up, the LBGTs will boycott the store, and then nobody will want to go in there and shop because everybody's intimidated by the LBGT's organized power.
That right there, that hit different, because that is a fact. You cannot do anything to anybody that's a part of the LGBTQ community. Like, there's no reasoning, there's no communication, there's no comprehension, there's no nothing when it comes to them. Like, I feel like they're so overly aggressive with this situation to a point where it's like it overlaps what we got going on. It overlaps everything. Like, the new bill that they signed for them, like, y'all get more extra help than we ever will. And if anybody was to go against you, it's an automatic loss. You cannot say or do anything to one of y'all. And that bothers me, because I had a friend who was mad at me because how I felt about, who was it? I think it was about a Melinda Gates. That's going to be for another conversation. But she got sort of mad at me without even trying to hear my reasoning behind what I was even talking about, because she was so far thinking that I was against the gay people. At the end of the day, I'm not against nobody. I'm against Hollywood and what they do to promote how strong negative like propaganda that they have. Like, that's my thing. I'm not mad at anybody that's around me that's gay or anything like that. At the end of the day, you like what you like. Once again, you experiment it, you find out yourself, okay, cool, whatever. It's just, you can't be mad at me about how I feel about stuff that goes into Hollywood, because 90% of the stuff that goes on in Hollywood is just, it's already written, it's pre-written, it's bupkis, it's fraudulent. I don't like engaging into it, because it's just like, once you start learning, as in, like, let's say gematria, well, a lot of people don't really know about gematria, but it's a number coding to help decipher a lot of issues. Shout out to Mr. Gematria Effect himself. It's just like, it's ritual. It's planned. You got to really think on a higher level, where you think, like, when are melanin African people in the U.S. going to get a bill for us? When are we going to get that type of same support? Like, they was thinking that we were begging for things, but you got to realize everything was taken already, and you're not giving us no chance in this world as well. So how do you expect us to feel on a daily basis, that knowing that we can't even get support like how everybody else does? Made a bill for Asians, stop the Asian hate. Like, come on now, like, y'all helping everybody else out but us. When we're the cream of the crop. Okay.
A lot of people are going along with it who may not even agree with it because they're afraid to stand up against it. That don't justify it, because I'm not compromising my principles for nobody. But the point that I'm making is that the LBGT Army, which is also a CIA creation, this campaign is.
Facts.
Okay, your orientation may not be a CIA creation, but the campaign to promote it is so powerful now that it is dictating the black community and how we act and react. Look at the black church. 50 years ago, you couldn't find a black church that co-signed that. Now, show me one that's against it. You could hardly find it. And do you know why? Because if you are a tax-exempt organization and you are getting federal funds, and you say you don't support this, they will cut your money. It is about money. And unfortunately, we care more about our pocket than our principles. So everybody black who's trying to get paid is co-signing that, even though it's working against the community, because they don't want to stop the cash flow.
So,
Facts.
again, it comes back to economics, like that.
It comes
said.
back
We
to
are economically compromised.
Yes.
Yes, big time. And because of that, we can be persuaded to be anything
Anything
people
they want us to be.
be.
Which is why, until you're economically independent, every black person in America is a potential agent. Because if the government comes to you and say, listen, I will take away your ability to feed your family if you don't go destabilize Dr. Umar's movement. I will take away your ability to feed your family if you don't go destabilize Minister Farrakhan or whoever else is out working in the community. What you going to do? Or are you that committed to the struggle where you're going to go and tell your wife and kids, we might have to go into the homeless shelter because I refuse to compromise my values? No, you're not. You're going to go ahead and do what they tell you to do. We're never free unless you're economically free.
And on that note, Brother Umar, thank you so
Thank you,
much.
brother.
Oh, man, it was a pleasure.
All right, we're just gonna finish it at that point. It's pretty much the end of the video. So me personally, like I said, I feel like everything he said was 100% facts, because it's the same thing with like the Black Lives Matter community. It's pretty much government made. It's like, you don't ever see in these rallies or protests that there's black people leading them. It's mainly white dominant. Even for the LGBT community, it's mainly white dominant people who's really in charge of the situation. Nobody don't ever take the time to like start looking into these things to really try to define like what's the meaning behind them. They just focus on the image that's what they're being created. I don't like that, because it's just like, it's like what you see, that's what you think you know. But at the end of the day, it's more behind the scenes of what you're looking at. You're not looking at it in a way, a perspective that I'm looking at it, but you're looking at it in just a regular way of just like, oh, I see this. This is what they're telling me. I gotta go with the flow with it. Oh, this just sounds legitimate because of how they're saying it to me. But it's the same people that's killing us off. I feel like this whole Dwayne Wade situation with his son is going to get hectic later down the line. And one of my biggest predictions is that Dwayne Wade is going to come out LGBTQ, and him and his son are going to be the main faces of the whole community. So same thing coping with the Lil Nas X. I feel like he's going to be a part of it with him. Like he's going to be right up there helping celebrate with him. I just think that no kid should give your kid a chance at life. Like you said, when they get to the age range, like 17, 18, okay, if they still feel that same type of way by then, all right, cool, let it be. But at the age of 11, 12, there's no reason a kid that young should be confirming that they know they should be the opposite of what they are. You're not born genetically the opposite of what you are. I don't care how you want to feel about it, how you want to think about it, how you want to talk about it. You're not born. If you're born one way, you can't reborn yourself to be created to something else. Now at that point, you're artificial intelligence. You artificially made yourself the opposite role. You can't create a baby. You can't have hormones like a female and everything they're going to inject you with and whatnot. All that money you got to put into just to keep yourself to look like the opposite. Come on now. Why? Okay, I understand you might be thinking, or the way you feel, you think you should be the opposite role, or if that's how you really feel, you think you should be the opposite role. You still won't naturally be the opposite role, regardless of how much you change yourself, unless you DNA really change yourself. But yeah, just to finish this off, I'm sorry, my mom called me. It's just, man, Hollywood is dark, man. Like, they promote everything but the good. I just don't want to see my people fall lackluster into this whole situation because of the fact that you feel like you're being threatened because if you don't support something, it's gonna stop how you live. Like, it's gonna stop your income. It's gonna stop how you think differently in the world. You shouldn't be simple-minded to be thinking that I should be helping everybody else out except my own people. Unity is the best thing we need right now, and until we unify with each other, we ain't gonna see no change. We just gonna keep letting everybody run over us. But yeah, I know this is the end of the video. If you made it this far, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming even to watch this video. Like and subscribe if you're new. More content coming on the way, but I will be bringing more controversial stuff to the channel because this is my thing. I like to do this. I try to be a little lenient when it comes to my content because, for the sake of some people's feelings, but it's just like sometimes you just gotta be like, hey, it is what it is. It's either you're gonna watch it or you either gonna not. I can't discredit you for what you do and what you like. But once again, thank you for watching this video. There's more to come. Oh yes, gaming content, probably for Valorant. I'm going to be probably dropping the video today. I'm not gonna be doing it live until I really figure out how strong my computer will be able to hold it, but it's coming soon. So thank you for coming in and being in tune. Peace.